What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope you guys have all had a great Friday. Hope you guys are looking forward to a great weekend. And most importantly, I hope you guys are ready for another live 2023 startup mock draft for the 2023 Dynasty Fantasy Football season. We are hopping into a one quarterback format tonight. We'll be tight end premium as well, and we will be playing 3 wide receivers on top of that. No third round reversal for tonight's mock. Super excited to be here with you guys. Super excited to get into another mock draft. So you guys know what to do, man. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for being here. We put out free fantasy football content all year round, Dynasty, Redraft, and Best Ball. If you guys are into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way in. And while you're down there, whether you guys are new or not, hit that like button as well. But most importantly, hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how you guys are doing. Any fantasy football topics, Redraft, Dynasty, Best Ball, any NFL topics, get it going in the live chat. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to talk some fantasy football. So we're supposed to start in about 1 minute here. And I'll give out a final warning on Discord in just a second. Not a ton we really need to go over in terms of fantasy news or anything like that. But we do have some NFL news we'll touch on. One other note for tonight's mock. This is a mock draft for our Catch Fam single quarterback Dynasty League. So not everyone was able to make it tonight. We had about 4 people not able to make it. But you guys will see trades on the board. That is because this mock draft was created from our actual league, and some fantasy managers in our league have already started trading draft selections. So just for those of you guys tuning in, you will see some trades across the board tonight as well, which should make things a little bit interesting. So the Washington Commanders are no longer owned by Dan Snyder officially. The Washington Commanders and a partnership led by Josh Harris have entered into a purchase and sale agreement jointly announced today. I'm super excited for this. Some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know. I grew up a Washington fan. I used to go to Washington games all the time with my co-host Steven, and we both grew up near DC. So I have always, part of me has always rooted for Washington, but I just started rooting for them like 8 or 10 years ago, maybe. I mean, like I said, part of me always roots for them, but like being a true fan kind of died for me a while ago just because the organization's been so awful, and I just followed Peyton Manning, and then after Peyton Manning retired, I just rooted for my fantasy team. So, guys, this might be the year where I become a true Washington fan again. We'll see. We'll see. But that was exciting. Other than that, we got really nothing to go over. We got some more rookie signings and things like that, but not a whole lot to go over outside of that. But I did want to talk about that. So, all right, I'm going to send out one, in case you guys didn't hear, there's my official announcement. I'm going to send out one last warning here, and then we're going to start this mock. How's that sound, everybody? All right. Whether you are here or not, the mock's going to start. So let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Shane is on the board. And oh my goodness, I need to change the timer. Okay, there we go. So we're going to be sitting here for 2 more minutes talking while that winds down. But no, we're not. All right, let's use in the live chat. What's going on, boss man? These are new glasses. These are actually my glasses I wear to work. I just I did not know if my other glasses were up here, and I didn't want to have to walk back downstairs, so I wore these up here. My other glasses are up here, and I just left these on. And I do have a backup pair of glasses up here too, so I don't know. But I don't know how these are going to look on stream. I feel like they're pretty reflective. But yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, I wear these glasses not because I like need them for reading or anything, but because I get migraines on a pretty regular basis, as well as cluster headaches, and I'm sensitive to light and screens, and these actually really help me. So that's why I look like a nerdy dude all the time. JSC, when I see Anthony Richardson, I see a cross between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, which I love for fantasy. I mean, absolutely, The upside is 110% there for Richardson to develop into that Josh Allen style of quarterback. I mean, obviously Allen coming out of college was a a player who needed to improve on a lot of things, just like Anthony Richardson. So, with the correct head coach and time, I think Richardson can get there for sure. And I think from a fantasy perspective, Richardson is, if you're going for upside, obviously the quarterback you want to take a shot on, right? I mean, that's pretty much been established across the fantasy community at this point. So, what's going on, Thomas? What's going on, Senior Cinnabone? What's up, man? Hope you guys are doing great tonight. I appreciate you guys being here, man. Have fun playing Zelda. I'm super jealous of any of you guys out there who are playing tonight. I will not be... I just know if I buy the new Zelda, like, I just don't have the free time to play it. All my free time is dedicated to the channel. And it pains me. It really pains me. So... but I'm super excited for anyone out there who is playing it tonight and who will play it in general. Guys, I am super torn on who I want to draft here. Last draft I took Amon-Ra St. Brown. I was super happy with. I'll go Olave here. And we'll see who I can land at 2.4. By the way, I'm trying to take a look. Some of you guys who joined might want to pay attention to your draft board because, like I said, there are trades across the draft board tonight. So just keep that in mind. What's going on, Cats? Thank you for letting me know. I got the timer situated there. My bad. Raphael, Superflex Dynasty pick 2. Already picked Herbert 1.7. In trade, second round pick, Kenneth Walker, Dak Stroud, Saquon, and a lot of other players. So, okay, pick 2. Okay, so you want me to pick 2 of these players. Sorry, I just want to make sure I was on the same page as you. Superflex Dynasty. So if you've already got Herbert, I mean, I'm probably still trying to get a quarterback in the second round if I'm you. So you've got Dak available, and that looks Dak or Stroud. I mean, if you go with Stroud, you get a better long-term piece, and you have a pretty stable quarterback as your QB1. But you're going to have some growing pains with the rookie. So it's just up to you, right? Would you rather have the short-term stability of a Dak Prescott, or would you rather go for the long-term piece in C.J. Stroud? But I would take a quarterback with one of those 2 selections. Outside of that, I am more, I lean towards the wide receiver position as opposed to the running back position. Give me one quick second. Okay, it's saying that. Okay, you guys are saying that I didn't let. So essentially, at the 1.8, See You Soon was trying to select a different player, but didn't let him make a selection based off the fact that there was a trade right there. So that's interesting. All right, we'll see what happens at 2.5. Oh wait, well I'm on the clock, so I should probably pick a player. All right, so see what happens right here, and let me know. Oh, wait, that was Senior Cinnabon making that pick. If you want me to change that selection at the 1.8, let me know. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, I don't know. This is the first time we've, done a mock draft where it's actually pulled from the specific league. And there are trades on the board, so we'll just pay attention to it, and we'll do the best we can. Going back to your question, Raphael, I'd rather pick a receiver over one of those running backs. As much as I like Walker and Saquon, a couple of the guys you have listed there, I probably would go. I'd probably go with Kupp out of the options that are there. But let me know if there's any sophomore receivers available, any younger guys available as well. Thank you, boss man. I appreciate that. I do like these glasses. They're comfortable. What's going on, J-Dubs? Hello, hello. All right, we'll see if we can get everything sorted out with the mock. Looks like you guys are getting sorted out in the sleeper chat. All right, let's see here. JSC, my must-have quarterbacks: Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, and Justin Herbert. My busts are Kyler Murray. Just Kyler Murray. Sleeper Sam Howell. Any thoughts? I mean, I absolutely love the long-term stability that you'll get out of Burrow, Lawrence, and Herbert, who are all primarily pocket presence quarterbacks. So all those guys are in a position to keep themselves healthy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lawrence scrambles around a little bit. Herbert got popped a couple times last season. I mean, just don't get me wrong. But I love all those guys. I'm not going to argue against any three of those quarterbacks by any means. Kyler Murray, I mean, it's kind of hard to call him a bust, I think, going into this coming season because, I mean, he's coming off a huge injury and he's got a bad roster around him. And the verdict's still out if Kyler's going to play this year. I think he will, personally. But I can certainly understand the argument as to why people think Kyler's not going to touch the field this year. So we'll see. We'll see. But I just think he's in a unique situation where it's hard to call him a bust. But if you're talking long term, that's fair to have that opinion. Sam Howell is perfectly fine for a sleeper just based on his value of where he's going in drafts. But overall, we're going to see how the experiment turns out. I don't want to get too excited. But yeah, his value's great. Value's great. At least in Superflex formats, right? Spencer, thank you so much for gifting 1 membership to the chat. Looks like Cat's got it. Enjoy that 1 month free membership to the channel. Nick, I hit the wrong button. Didn't mean to get a quarterback second pick. Oh, you're good. You're good. We'll figure it out. I mean, at least you got Mahomes. I mean, you still need to draft a quarterback in a 1 QB league, so we'll just see how it shakes out. We'll do our best here, guys. These things happen. All right, where do I want to go with this next pick? A very heavy wide receiver draft so far. Running backs, pretty decent out there, but not too heavy. Man, there are just some good players available right now. I just don't care. I will take Eckler. I get it. We're drafting for the long term, but I'll take Eckler for now. Love Burrow there for Senior Cinnabon. Gets a little stack with Higgins. Yeah. I thought about going Burrow, I'm not going to lie. We might start to see a little bit of a run at running back as we head into the 4th round. Being that it's been a pretty light draft at the position so far. Kelsey sitting there, I was like, man, I don't generally go Kelsey, but he looks kind of enticing right there. Oh well. Yeah, there goes Kelsey. And why not? If you have Mahomes, why not just lock it up until Kelsey retires? Even from a Dynasty perspective, why not? All right, so I'm probably just going hero running back tonight. We'll kind of see how things shake out. But it looks like Eckler's going to be my boy. And we still got some work to do. Tight end premium. We still need some wide receiver depth. Don't have a quarterback yet. We got some work to do. So you guys know, we have 8 bench spots for tonight's mock. 2 flex spots. All right, I'm not going to pass up Josh Allen right here. I think he's a great value at the 4.4. JSC, I think he's going to do less running in reference to Kyler. mean, it's probably fair. Raphael, wide receivers available with what I asked earlier: Diggs, Cup, Adams, Devonta Smith, Drake London, Watson, Debo, Johnston, Pittman. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so are you guys saying that? I'm confused here. If you click on, so he didn't mean to pick Henry. That's the selection I need to change. That's so weird. Raphael, I'd probably take Drake London personally. Drake London or Christian Watson, along with Dak Prescott or Stroud. All right, let me know the ones that say Derek Lincoln. So Chubb wasn't supposed to be selected. All right, well, there's no more picks for Derek, so see you soon, saying it's fine. We'll just roll with it. We'll just roll with it. Yeah, I will say, like, as much as I love Sleeper, whenever there are traded selections on the board, I don't like the way that they display it. Like, if we look at Senior Cinnabon, for example, it looks like he has JT, Higgins, Burrow, and Chubb, and that he got this trade from Derek. But when you click on it, this is actually Senior Cinnabon's team. So, really, yeah, I just don't like that layout in general. So, yeah, JT and Nick Chubb were the two selections that weren't supposed to be off the board. Okay. And they would have been CUC. Okay. Now I'm following. Senior Cinnabon, my trades are too good for the mock. Yeah, that is strange that it wouldn't let you make those selections. I mean, maybe Derek has to specifically be in the draft. That's just odd. But we'll just roll with it, and we'll see what happens, guys. JSC, I would feel great with T-Law as my QB1 and Anthony Richardson at QB2. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with that, but you still want to go out like in a later round and just get a stability piece just in case, you know, those growing pains are there, right? I mean, Deshaun Watson, it depends if you're playing super flex or a 1 QB, right? If it's super flex, like, you know, if you can get somebody even that, like, Kenny Pickett, Aaron Rodgers would be great, Geno Smith, you know, just somebody to fill in, even if you go like Derek Carr, just in case there's growing pains, right? But coming out of a startup draft with those two guys, be very happy, 100%. All right, so I'm going to go wide receiver here. Quite a few options. This is a tough pick. I mean, I just don't want to pass on Debo right there. My team is like becoming a win now team, and I don't like that. Taylor, didn't realize Pollard was older than Jacobs, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to take a look. Pollard's 26, going into his 5th season. He's been there for a minute. Jacobs, on the other hand, is age 25, going to his 5th season. I mean, of course, like, birthdays matter. Like, I know their birthdays, but Jacobs could be turning 26, like, tomorrow. And Pollard could have just turned 26, so. Like I said, I don't know their birthdays, though. Yeah, I don't feel great about the Debo pick. Should I feel a little bit better? But like, my heart was saying no Christian Kirk. I don't know. I mean, Debo's not that old. I've got Cup and Debo now and Eckler. I'm fine with Allen. Like, I mean, it's 26 going to 6 season. I'm not going to fret that, but fine with Olave too. But my team is a little old right now. I mean, we got time to fix that. Regardless, I have 3 receivers I believe in my starting wide receiver spot. So this next pick is going to be a tough one. Goes Mingo. I know I said I was going to go hero running back, but I'm going to pick Rashad White here. I'm going to try and fill out this roster, my starting roster, that is. So 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receivers so far. Got to grab a tight end, 2 flex spots. I'd really like those 2 flex spots to be wide receivers, but we'll see what happens here. JSC, let's say I went the Mahomes and Kelsey stack, and I draft Mahomes. What and who would I have to give up for Kelsey? Who? I mean, in Dynasty, you're still going to have to give up a valuable tight end. I mean, of course, it depends if you're playing tight end premium or not, but yeah, you're going to have to give up value for Kelsey just because from a pure fantasy perspective, like taking out the Dynasty aspect, whatever, like just straight up, Kelsey is going to be a stud on a weekly basis, and no one else is going to be able to offer what Kelsey is able to offer in the league right now. Not even close, in my opinion. So it just depends, right? Because what you're going to have to look at, it's hard to put names to it, because what you have to look at is the Kelsey owner. What are their needs? You know, do they need wide receiver depth? Are they struggling in running back? Do the quarterbacks suck? Like, you have to be able to leverage, if you're going to trade for Kelsey, you have to be able to leverage and cater to the owner of Travis Kelsey in your league's needs for his roster. So it's hard to say, but yeah, you're going to have to give up like 1 or 2 draft selections and probably 1 to 2 players as well, depending on the true value of those players. Cinnabon, I didn't realize how much I love this trade until now. Yeah, so you've got 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the 7th. So that could certainly be intriguing. Still got Burrow. For 1 QB league, I don't hate it. All right. What am I going to do with this next pick? We're going to get some more youth on this squad. That I know. Goes Josh Downs. I might just start selecting 1 wide receiver, 1 running back. Kind of like I used to do all the time. It's like my strategy all last offseason. And just draft a tight end when I feel like it. I got a pretty solid start to this roster. But ultimately, like I said, I need to get some youth. So Mike Williams. It's a tough pick when you're looking at rookie wide receivers available. Marvin Mims, Rashee Rice, Jaden Reed. I like all these guys a lot. Mims, ADP 101. Excuse me, 86.3. Rashee Rice, 87.4. Jaden Reed, 91.4. I mean, I need to go rookie here. Give me the player tied to Patrick. Why not? JSC, what about redraft in a standard league? Well, that changes things because as much value Kelsey has in Dynasty, Superflex format, a tight end premium format, whatever it may be, a single quarterback Dynasty format, I would argue that Kelsey has the most value in a redraft league, whether it's PPR or standard. I mean, probably even more in PPR. But, yeah, I mean, who's going to be better at tight end, barring any injury, than Kelsey? And, I mean, I guess, yeah, you said redraft. Yeah, in a redraft league, in order to trade for Kelsey, once again, you have to look at that team's positional needs, and you're going to have to give up, like, quite a haul. I mean, seriously, 3 to 4 players. Like, you're going to be giving up a lot. I really wanted Isaiah Pacheco with this next pick, so I'm sad. Thought he would float out of there. Charbs is a really good value at 7 point. I mean, A-Chain goes at 7.4. Charbs at 7.12. I'll go with Kendre Miller here, which I'm not upset about at all. So there we go. It doesn't look pretty, like, when you have 2 rookies in your flex spots, but, like, I mean, you got to go out and get them, right? They're not bound to your flex spots forever, so. But yeah, I just want to take two rookies, get some youth on this team, and move right along. Starting to see more rookie names off the board. I mean, 7th and 8th round alone so far. A-Chain, Downs, Richardson, Rice, Charbs, Reed, Mims, Johnson, Miller. So Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, Cook, Kamara, all sitting there. If I did want to go to the veteran running back, but like I said, I want to get some youth on this team. Cinnabon, rate my team so far. Burrow, Pierce, Pacheco, Roschon, Juju, Moore, Metcalf, Higgins. Yeah. And right now you got Burrow, Pierce, Pacheco starting. Higgins, Metcalf, and Moore. Ridley and Juju in the flex. I would say a very good start as long as you polish things out. In terms of depth is all. But, I mean, like, your wide receiver room looks great. You could throw a rookie in towards the end of the draft, but you have a pretty young wide receiver room. Running backs are all young, and you got Burrow. I mean, yeah, you hit on the right tight end, and get enough bench depth, you're in a very good position, undoubtedly. I mean, what do you guys think, chat, in terms of JSC's question there in a redraft standard league? I mean, what do you guys think you have to give up in order to trade for Kelsey? I think this is probably a pretty hefty price. I forgot to mention Zadarius Smith at the beginning of the stream getting traded to the Browns. Not that it, like, I mean, we weren't really going to be relying on the Vikings defense from a fantasy perspective next year. Browns always have some moments defensively, I feel like, but yeah, just not really a fantasy relevant thing to go over. But that did happen today as well. Could make, I don't know, division a little bit tougher for Ravens, Bengals, Steelers. I don't know. Woo! Tight end starting to fly off the board here. From 8.5 to 9.7, we've got Kincaid, Kittle, Mayer, Waller, Fireman, Schultz, Ingram gone. Probably going to go tight end with my next pick. I think that sounds like a good idea. Give me Komet. Yeah, and there goes Laporta. So, I don't feel bad about that pick at all. I am torn on this next selection, though. I'm not going to lie. A couple players I like right here. All right, into the 10th round we go, ladies and gentlemen. Spence taking both the rookies off the board. I like that move. Gives you a lot of leverage down the road, right? I like it. All right, guys, so we have 8 more selections left. Make sure you guys are ready. Ooh, I'm definitely torn with this next selection. I'm going to take A.J. Dillon here. I mean, I got Eckler, White, Miller, Dillon. That makes me feel a little bit better about my running back room. All right, I'm going to quickly put together a queue here just to make sure I don't blindside myself as Sky Moore is off the board. Brian Robinson's gone. I feel like the ADP for 1 QB versus 2 QB, I mean, obviously it's different, but like, I feel like outside of quarterback, like it really shouldn't be that different. And it's like, I don't know, there's some players kind of like all over the place. But whatever, that's okay. All right, so who are my wide receivers? Olave, Cup, Depot, and Rashee Rice. Yeah, I mean, I got some work to do there. That's fair, Taylor. Shane, I'm contending in one Dynasty League. Traded for Kelsey, Hill, and Hopkins for 2 first rounds and CeeDee Lamb. Now my wide receiver room is stacked. Oh, and I got Kirk Cousins. So in order... You got Kelsey, Hill, and Hopkins for 2 first round. Oh, and CeeDee Lamb. Okay. You traded CeeDee Lamb, 2 first rounders. Got Kelsey, Hill, Hopkins. I think that's a pretty fair trade. Oh, did you also get Kirk Cousins in that trade, or you just also got Kirk Cousins in general? Spence, build for the future, not the present. My motto, no idea if it'll work. Either be a bum team forever or a great team in 2 to 3 years. I mean, I don't mind that at all. Like, Michael, I knew you were going to take Lazard from me, bro. Come on, man. I'm just joking. You're fine. I don't have a problem with building for the long term coming out of your startup. Not at all. Yes, Nick, just one quarter. I mean, you can draft more than one quarterback, but it's not a super flex setting. Yeah. Wide receiver is number 1 position in this format by a long shot. That's why ranking's weird. Yeah. Yeah, there's just some, but even like some of like the wide receivers and running backs are just like, I don't know, kind of all over the place. Kirk in the trade. I mean, I mean, don't get me wrong. You gave up a lot. You gave up CeeDee Lamb, You gave up 2 firsts. But if you're contending right now, I think it was worth it for Kelsey, Hill, Hopkins, and Cousins. Do you get any draft capital back? I still think it's okay if not. All right, I have no idea what I want to do with this pick because every player I wanted is now gone. So, oh God. Oh, this is ugly. It's just ugly. And I'll just take Tua. Like, truthfully, I feel like Tua is the best available player. And I still want to come out of my in a 1 quarterback setting. I still want to come out with 2 quarterbacks. So, like, I'm not upset with that pick, but I did want to go wide receiver there. Lazard, Hyatt were the 2 guys I had my eyes on. And I don't know, man. Just didn't feel like there are a lot of good options right there. You're good, Michael. I'm used to it, bro. It's all gravy. No capital back. I still had 1 second, 2 third, and a 4th round pick. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think it's still a good trade, like I said. All right. Oh, man. He had a very heavy wide receiver draft. I mean, I would not bank on being able to shore up that. Like, I'm literally just looking for, like, a couple pieces I can rely on. I'll take a shot on Jacoby Myers here. I mean, he's still relatively young, going into his 5th season, age 26. So take a shot on him. I mean, I almost went Keyshawn Butte there, but I've already got Rashee Rice, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I like Keyshawn a lot, but I also worry about him at the same time. I don't want to have a player I'm worrying about. And I think Rashee Rice, like, I think both Keyshawn and Rashee Rice are kind of in boomer bust type situations. Taylor, trying to trade London for JSN. What do I need to add to London to sweeten the deal, if anything? I mean, I would argue, like, straight up, it's close to a fair trade. I don't know. I think JSN's upside's probably, you could argue higher because there's a better quarterback situation and better playmakers around him. No, I mean, like, obviously Bijan's with the Falcons, Pitts is there, but purely looking at the wide receivers on the field, like Metcalf and Lockett being on the field is going to help elevate JSN, in my opinion at least. So I think a good quality draft selection is all you really need to do. Like, even if it's a second rounder, I think that's pretty fair in my, because I think Drake London, for a multitude of reasons, is going to be a sought after player after this coming year. So I think you're probably in a pretty decent spot if you want to go out and get JSN by trading him. What do you guys think? What do you think, chat? If you were trying to trade, if you were the owner of JSN, I guess I should say, and you were being traded Drake London, what else would you want to sweeten the deal? All right. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to go with this next pick, man. It's tough. There goes Algier. Somebody's got to take him. How do you guys feel about Jacoby Myers? Curious. I feel like in the 12th round he is worth that selection. How do you guys feel about DPJ? Because like I feel like the DPJ love has really, really gone down. With said Tillman and Elijah Moore being added to that receiver room. But I still think he's in a position, right, where he's going in his 4th season at age 24. He might be moving on to another team next year, which makes things a little murky. But he's also in a position to really prove himself this year and had a really good year last year. And had enough productivity in 2021 and a decent rookie season, but not a great rookie season. So, yeah, I mean, Alec Pierce goes at 13.12. He'd probably be my next selection if I didn't go with DPJ there. All right, I'm going to take Tank Dell here. Going and get to, I don't want to say, I mean, kind of veterans of Myers and DPJ, but I want to add another rookie at the position in this draft for sure. So I'll take Dell right there. Shane, I tried trading Devonta Smith for JSN and was denied. I was okay with him saying no. I mean, there's a good example. So probably London for JSN. He probably, I don't know. I mean, London versus Devonta Smith in the fantasy community right now is probably pretty close, but I would feel like, I don't know, Smith coming off of the year he had within that offense. But I don't know, man. A lot of people really like Drake London right now. So I'd say it's a pretty fair comparison. Taylor says I'd take Devonta over JSN all day. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways to look at it. Andrew, what's going on? Hello, hello. Thank you for being here tonight. Always good to see you. Shane, that's what I was thinking. Devonta's proven it young. I just wanted one share of JSN. I thought it would get it done. Yeah, I mean, of course, it always depends on who you're trading with as well and what their thoughts and opinions are, right? Thomas, I like Lazard, DPJ, and Myers all at their value for sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's an important aspect of it is what is the true value as well, right? I love Lazard at his ADP, Myers and DPJ. I mean, it's not like you're necessarily burning a hole in your draft if you go out and pick them, right? I was hoping Shaheed would fall out just because of his ADP, which is never really like a good plan. Like, oh, I'm going to go into this mock and hope that since a player's ADP is a little bit different than other formats, he falls out and I can draft him because, like, when it comes time to actually draft, not 100% going to help you. So, but Shaheed at 14.9 is a great pick. I mean, I was close to going Shaheed over DPJ or Dell. Like I said, I thought maybe there was a chance I could get everybody involved here, but oh well. I mean, that probably does it for me at receiver. That puts me at 7 receivers, so that's who I'm going to roll with. And like I said, Myers, DPJ are fine. I just don't get like excited about the fact they're on my roster, you know. But probably the best available value. Dang, I wanted Dwayne McBride. I thought he'd last a little bit longer. Yeah, rookie running backs, I mean, are pretty much gone. That means I had to draft Kenneth Gainwell right here. You guys made me do it. Will Levis still out there. Dang, I wanted McKinnon with my next pick. I thought you guys would go for Gainwell just because I'm involved before McKinnon. McKinnon's a great value there. Yeah, I mean he's somebody who's going to offer a short-term, immediate value, which could be useful for this team I've drafted so far. But also in Cinnabon's situation, already having Isaiah Pacheco, a good handcuff situation for him as well. All right, who is available at receiver? Man, every player I want keeps getting selected. Bummer. I'm going to go Chuba here. You guys are probably going to make fun of me for this, but I'm starting to like Chuba Hubbard. Okay? Because at the end of the day, Chuba's always played in a situation where there's someone in front of him, whether it was CMC or Donta Foreman or someone alongside of him, and has always, when healthy, been pretty productive from a fantasy standpoint. So I like Chuba even with Miles Sanders there. I'm not like, don't remember, I'm not gonna like jump off the walls about Chuba Hubbard, but I just think at his current value, as your last running back off of the board at age 23 going into his 3rd season, we know he's talented. And Miles Sanders coming off a great season, obviously. But Miles Sanders has had, I mean, the easiest thing to point to is some of the fumbling issues, some issues in his career, but also some injury concerns as well. Like only played 12 games in 2020 and 2021 as well. So I think that Chuba's actually a good value player at the position to draft. So Donta Foreman goes right after that selection. I mean, Foreman's looks pretty sharp there as well, but I'll give Chuba the nod just because he's much younger. Like I said, Chuba's age 23. Foreman will be is age 27. So, yeah, I just like Chuba as like a late dart throw at the position. I kind of want to draft Will Levis right now. I mean, he could certainly go, but like I almost went Will Levis at 16.4. It's like I'm not crazy about Levis, but he has a chance to start. Like, you know. But I don't think I'm going to draft him because I need to help one specific position on my roster. Smokey, what's going on, bro? How are you, my dude? Shane, I think Chuba is good. Miles does get hurt. Yeah, 100%. Kat says I didn't want Rodgers. I did see that you got the auto, but hey, man, you got your QB too, bro. There you go. Just accept it. We'll move on. Yeah, the board is pretty interesting right now. I'm going to take Will Mallory. I mean, there's like 400 tight ends on the Colts. I absolutely understand that. But I like Mallory. I was surprised he fell back in the draft a little bit. An athletic tight end. I think the Colts could certainly utilize him under the Anthony Richardson regime. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. You got Granson still there, who had moments last season. And more importantly, you got Mo Alley Cox and Jelani Woods there as well. But Will Mallory, a little bit different type of player than any of those guys. But, I mean, obviously, Jelani Woods, great player. Mo Alley Cox brings a lot to the table as well. Just not a lot of consistency. But good red zone guy. So, but I like Will Mallory for the long term, and I need another tight end on this team. So, he's kind of my late round tight end sleeper. All right, let me know if you guys want a team review. You guys are already asking. So, looks like Cinnabon's up first. Thank you guys for drafting with me tonight. All right, so got your trades in tonight from our league. Let's do it. We got Burrow and Pickett at quarterback, 1 QB format. Perfectly fine with that. Laporta and Njoku, Fant. Love the tight end room, man. Pierce, Pacheco, Roschon, Chase Brown, McKinnon, Wilson. Yeah, running backs look good. 2 rookies in there, 2 young guys, 2 veterans. I like it. Great build. Higgins, Metcalf, Moore, Juju, Ridley, Beckham, Tyler Scott. Yeah. This is a good team, man. I like this team a lot. You're starting Burrow, starting Njoku, starting Pierce and Pacheco, Metcalf, Moore, Higgins, flexing Ridley. Then in your second flex, it's probably Juju to start the year, but you got Beckham and McKinnon. You got 2 other tight ends, and you've got a couple running backs. You could step up to the plate as well. Very solid squad. I literally had nothing else to say. It's a really well drafted team tonight, man. Very good. All right, Shane. No trades here. We got Fields and Geno. I love that. I mean, like you get the emergence of Fields, still very young. And you get a good veteran piece to fill in. I mean, if you need to, but you're probably starting Fields 99% of the time. Mayer and Waller as well as Brenton Strange. Good tight end room. Good balance there. 2 rookies. A vet. Barkley, Dobbins, Cook, Jamal, Singletary, Sean Tucker. I can live with that. J.J. London, Pittman, Deontay Sutton, Mike Thomas. I mean, I would try to get more wide receiver depth here. Like, I don't want to kind of a 3 wide receiver format with less than 6 wide receivers, but preferably closer to 7 or 8 overall. But we're starting Fields, starting Barkley and Dobbins, starting, let's say, Waller. starting J.J. London and Pittman, flexing Deontay. And then your second flex means probably Sutton. Could be Cook. Could be Jamal. Like, you have options. You know, and being that you can still fill those 2 flex spots with positions other than wide receiver. This team's fine, but I would just prefer the depth at wide receiver as opposed to elsewhere. But team looks pretty solid. That'd just be my only note for you, man. All right, Taylor at the 1.3. We got Richardson and Prescott. I can live with that. I mean, you start Prescott and you let the Richardson situation play out. You know, obviously the first rookie quarterback off the board at 7.3. I don't mind going for the upside here whatsoever. Hawkinson at tight end and the Shoemaker. I'm fine with that. Love my guy Hawk. Jacob Sanders, Connor, Gibby, Zeke, Dwayne McBride. Very good running back value throughout this draft. Yeah, good RB room. Lamb, Adams, Addison, Lockett, Boutte, Claypool, Hutchinson. Pretty solid receivers. So we're starting Prescott, Hawkinson, Jacobs, Sanders, Lamb, Adams, Lockett. Probably flexing Addison and Connor, Gibby, Zeke. All those guys could be in your flex. You see how Boutte's season, goes along. And you got some good depth pieces at the end of your draft. I love Dwayne McBride where you got him. And I like Hutchinson where you got him as well. Solid team, man. Good drafting tonight so far, guys. Coast to coast. We got Lamar and Purdy. I like it. Goddard and Conquo, Isaiah Likely. Pretty solid tight end room for sure, man. A lot of upside there. Najee, Pollard, Mixon, Algier, Deuce Vaughn. Running backs are fine. Yeah. Wilson, JSN, Keenan Allen, Tony, Elijah Moore, Palmer, Hodgins. I'm good with that as well. So you're starting Lamar, starting Goddard, starting Harrison, Pollard, Wilson, JSN, Allen, flexing Tony, probably flexing Elijah Moore, but it could be Palmer, Hodgins. Yeah. Good tight end depth. Like your second quarterback. Think your running backs are fine. Good balance on this team. I mean, I guess the only note I make is like these wide receivers in the later rounds have to hit and have to present value to you. With Keenan Allen getting up there, Elijah Moore being a little bit of a question mark, Tony being a question mark. You really got to get value out of Palmer and Hodgins, but I think you'd get it. I really do. So I'll take this team. JW, what we got tonight, man? Oh my gosh, you're all over the place. All right. So we got Cousins, Kyler, Carr. How do you feel with the quarterback room? It's fine. How do you feel about it? I'm curious. You got 2 vets, and you got Kyler. As long as you are good with Kyler, I think it's okay. Kittle and Pitts, beautiful. Gibbs, C-Mac, A-Chain, Herbert, Mitchell. Come on, man. And that was a good response. Watson, J-Mo, Ayuk, Burks, Mooney, Shaheed, Chark, Jones. I can't really argue against this team, man. Outside of quarterback. And I'm okay with Kyler for the long term, personally. So you're starting Cousins, starting Kittle or Pitts, whoever you want. Starting Gibbs and C-Mac, which is stupid. Starting Watson, Ayuk, Burks, J-Mo's on your bench. Starting Mooney and Shaheed in the flex. A-Chain in the flex. Pitts in the flex. Chark and Jones are hanging around. You got Mitchell and Herbert. Good team, good depth. Maybe the only note, I mean, you got a lot of young guys. Don't get me wrong. Watson, J-Mo, even Ayuk, at age 25. Burks going into the second season, age 23. You got 2 rookie running backs. Maybe you take a chance on a rookie receiver towards the end, but I can understand trying to get some stability with J-Mo's situation. Burks being kind of an upside play as well as Watson, but I'm also okay with both those receivers. So, it's a good team, man. It's a good team. Big question mark would be Kyler. If you are a Kyler believer, then this team is fine for me personally. Yeah. Spenny. All over the draft board. Young, Stroud, Levis. Oh. Oh, it's risky, man. But could it pay off? Could it pay off? Absolutely. Schultz and Washington. Okay. Javonte, Charbs, Bigsby, Gray, Penny. I mean, like you said, you want to build for the future, which I'm okay with. Chase and Waddle would be very nice if you're truly able to come out of your draft with those two. Flowers, Reed, Davis, Pierce. So, once again, I would just, you're at, I can't count now. You're at 6 wide receivers. I would, if you're truly going to try and build for the future, I would try to get one more receiver in here somewhere, even if it's a rookie. But with what you did at quarterback, that's where you kind of lose that depth, whether it's at running back or receiver. I mean, obviously, we're going to have to look at the quarterback position and just understand that there's going to be growing pains here. But, like, just because I say that on a regular basis, like, doesn't mean I have a problem with rookie quarterbacks. We just have to understand there's a little bit of a process that goes on there for a majority of quarterbacks, right? Like, not everyone's going to be Justin Herbert in their rookie season. So, you just have to be able to live with that. Like, I think you're probably starting Bryce Young, Dalton Schultz, Waddle, Chase, obviously, Flowers as your third receiver. Hopefully Javonte's healthy for you, but if he's not, like, you're probably starting Charbs and Penny. And then in your flex, like, you got Jaden Reed, you got Javonte, Charbs, Bigsby, Penny, Gray. Like, I mean, you're probably flexing Davis and Pierce. So that helps. That helps. So, I mean, Young, Schultz, Chase, Waddle, Flowers, Davis, Pierce, Charbs, Javonte is your ideal situation, but it could be Charbs and Penny, because I just don't know what we're going to get out of Bigsby or Gray immediately. And you could say the same about Charbonnet, but I don't know. You're building for the future, so I don't know if I can criticize you too much. How do you feel about it, Spence? That's the true question. Michael. What we do, broski? We got Lawrence and Goff. I like that. Freiermuth, Dolchich, like that. Bijan, Madison, Pirine, Carter, Warren. I mean, like, if you get Bijan, I don't really care about the rest of your running back room. I mean, I do, but, like, I think you're fine with who you got here. Hollywood, Dotson, Hopkins, Lazard, Samuel. So you're a little thin at receiver. Oh my gosh, no, you're not. Even okay, hold on. Backtrack. Walker's your RB2. I was about to say, you drafted Christian Kirk, right? Okay, so running backs are perfectly fine then. Smith, Kirk, Brown, Dotson, Hopkins, Lazard, Samuel. Yeah. Michael, this is a hell of a team. You're starting T-Law. We got to stop Michael from drafting so well. He's been, like, we got to stop this. You're starting T-Law. Starting Freiermuth or Dolchich. Could be either guy. Starting Bijan and Walker, which is ridiculous. Starting Smith, Kirk, Hollywood, flexing Dotson, flexing Hopkins. And that leaves you with Madison, Lazard, Goff, one of your two tight ends, Pirine, Carter, Samuel, Warren on the bench. That's my team of the night. I haven't even done all the team reviews. I think that's my team of the night. We went over some really good teams. Really, really good teams tonight. I just particularly really like this squad. And, of course, it's Michael's team. T-Law, Freiermuth or Dolchich, Bijan, Walker, Smith, Kirk, Hollywood, Dotson, and Hopkins in the flex. Madison, Lazard could also be in the flex. Pirine, Samuel could be in the flex. Pirine could be a little bit of a short-term play. Carter and Warren are just good young handcuff situations. Goff is a good QB too. I really like that team, man. I might have to kick Michael out of this league. I don't know. Smokey, I was so out of the news. Didn't know Pirine went to the Broncos. Oh, yeah. He's there. All right, Nick. My homies, Danny Dimes. Yeah. Great quarterback room. Kelsey, Knox, Kraft. I like that as well. I like that you got Kraft down there because I think Knox will be okay, especially if you have Kelsey. Like, it doesn't really matter, but Knox still going to take a hit in volume. ETN, Swift, Cook, Tajay Spears, Evan Houle. I like that running back room. Hill, Mingo, Evans, Mims, Mechie, Moore, Thielen. I like this team. I think it's a good balance of kind of building a short-term / long-term team. Like, you got pieces to kind of do both, be competitive, but also build for the future. So, starting my homies and Kelsey, of course. Etienne and Swift. Hill, Evans, Thielen. Then he can flex Cook, and he can flex either Mingo or Mims, and one of those two guys can take over that third wide receiver spot as the season goes on, which will leave you with Mechie, Rondell Moore also has options. Tajay Spears, Evan Houle, good long-term pieces, 2 tight ends on the bench. This is, like I said, a well-built team. I think you'll be able to compete, but also be able to build for some time as well. I like that squad. Cats, how are you? We got Watson and Rodgers. No, he said he didn't want Rodgers. Accidentally got him. Live with it. Just kidding. I think actually it's a good quarterback room though. Mandrews and Woods. I'm fine with that. Hall, Stevenson, Monty, Evans, Izzy, Harris. Good RB room. Brown, Quentin Johnston, Cooper, Downs, Bateman, Hyatt, Robinson. Yeah. Solid little team here. Starting Watson and Andrews, Hall and Stevenson, Brown, Cooper. We'll say Quentin Johnston. Flexing Bateman, flexing Hyatt, but you can also flex Downs or Robinson. And of course, Monty or Harris could get in the mix. Evans and Izzy, good pieces for the long term. Woods, a good long term piece too. So this is a well built team, similar to Nick's team we just went over. I think this team could compete right away, but also has long term pieces. So I like this squad tonight, Cats. Looks good to me, man. Spence, this is a tank for a great pick next year. Yeah, man. Someone's got to draft Caleb Williams, and I could see it being you. Cinnabon, I went over your team first, my dude. Michael does have similar tastes as me. Yeah, Cinnabon, I hit your team. I'm not sure if you heard, but I liked your team a lot. Albert, what's up, broski? I'm scared of Kenneth Walker and Kirk right now. Lots of mouths to feed in both those offenses. Yeah, I get it. But I think they're both going to be very productive offenses. I totally understand what you're saying. But I just think based on value, both those guys are good selections right now. Oh, I got you, Cinnabon. I couldn't tell. I was like, dude, I got your team. I'm sorry. Did you not hear me? Yeah, Gibbs and CMC is great. Second and third place, that's hard to call. I actually really like Cedar Cinnabon's team, which he's going to take as a backhanded compliment now. Like I said, I mean, I really like Cats and Nick's team. Like, they aren't crazy, but like I said, they could compete and are good for the long term as well. J-Dubs had a good squad. A lot of good teams we went over tonight. Taylor's team was pretty solid as well. A lot of good drafting by you guys tonight for sure. I guess we should roast my team and then we'll wrap up for the night. I got Allen and Tua time, so I can live with that QB room. Maybe some injury concern between the two, but I'll live with it. Komet and Mallory, you could roast these tight ends if you're not a fan of Komet. Obviously, we do have the addition of Robert Tonyan there. I like Mallory as a late-round dart throw, as we talked about when I took him, but I could see why people wouldn't be in love with my tight end room in a tight end premium league. But I got 2 young guys, so that's the positive. Eckler, Rashad White, Kendre Miller, A.J. Dillon, Gainwell, and Chuba. I would be perfectly fine with this running back room. personally. Olave, Cup, Debo, Rashee Rice, Myers, DPJ, Tank Dell. I actually want to know your guys' feedback on this wide receiver room. Olave, Cup, Debo, Rice, Myers, DPJ, Dell. 2 rookies, Rice and Dell. Next youngest guy is going to be Olave. Next 2 youngest guys are going to be Myers and DPJ. So I feel like that's pretty balanced. Then we get 2 vets in Cup and Debo. I feel like it's pretty good balance. But for some reason, I just don't love this wide receiver room. Yeah, it is like I said at the beginning of the draft, this team started out a little bit win now-ish. I agree, J-Dubs. Depth scares me a bit. Yeah, I kind of end up getting more running back depth than usual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I usually would come out of a draft with 5 running backs and an additional receiver, which I almost did because Zay Jones was sitting here, Hodgins was sitting there. I almost went with them over Chuba, but something in me wanted to get an additional running back tonight. I guess just to talk about Chuba. Yeah, it's a good point. Debo gets banged up, so I think long term it's fine to a degree. I don't know though. I mean, I don't know. I like Rice and Dell at the values I got them. I like Olave in the first. I like Cup in the second too. Something about it makes me a little queasy. Taylor asks, are you all satisfied with your trades? Cinnabon, I'm happy with mine. Or J-Dubs, I like my trades. I mean, yeah, it looks, most of you guys who had trades on the board, I really liked your teams tonight. I'm scared of John in the middle of my picks, but he refuses to close the gap by trading with me. I will not trade with you. Taylor, I'm going to be honest, I like Spina's trade. I mean, I do think getting those 2 first-round picks is going to hold a lot of merit. Just depends, because you missed the 2nd and 3rd round. I guess missing the 2nd round doesn't really matter. But then you just don't draft again until 4.1 is kind of the scary part. But it worked out tonight, I thought. Cinnabon, it's not you specifically. I just won't trade with anyone, just to clarify. Yeah, and I wonder, you got Chase and Waddle tonight, but I wonder with the Hurts situation if I could see Hurts Mahomes going in the first in a real draft. So I don't know. Not too scared. I mean, I'm not too scared of Spencer either. I agree. Just because it's Spencer. Just kidding, Spence. All right, guys. I guess that wraps it up for the night. Thank you for drafting with me. I appreciate it. That was fun. I felt like that was good practice. Tomorrow, Saturday, I'm all thrown off. I had an extra day off of work this week, so I'm all thrown off. But tomorrow, Saturday, we'll either do a Underdog draft or a redraft mock, because I don't want to neglect you redraft folks out there. But other than that, I'm probably going to start setting out a schedule for the week. So our League 1 for our Dynasty Superflex and League 2 for Dynasty Superflex has a set night where we're mocking, and there's a set night for our 1 quarterback league as well. I'll probably do an Underdog draft in the middle of the week, and then we'll just kind of I don't know, I'll figure out a schedule so that you guys know when we're mocking, in terms of each specific league and everything. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful for you guys. Yeah, if you guys want to set up a mock on Discord, I will hop in with you guys. I'll be there, Taylor. Andrew, have a good night. Yeah, first round got a little screwy, but we figured it out, guys. It'll be okay. I believe in you, Spence. I do. All right, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button on the way out. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for being here tonight. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button on the way out. And, of course, check out the links down below. Follow us on Instagram and join our Discord. If you guys need anything, feel free to hit me up. And that's going to do it for the night. Thank you so much to those of you who drafted with me. And, of course, thanks to everyone who stopped by, listened in, viewed this stream. You guys know who you are. Love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fan. That's going to do it for tonight's stream. With that, I will say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the catch. And